Good morning, everybody. We have a beautiful day here in Lehi, Utah. It's 51 degrees, 10 degrees Celsius, going up to a high of 73 degrees Fahrenheit and 22 degrees Celsius. Beautiful sunny day, no clouds. The mountains are covered with snow, but down here it's going to be warm, and probably my temperature topography pattern will not be showing many more green days because Utah has a very short spring and moves right into hot, hot, hot. And so I'm looking at the further temperatures for like the next 2 weeks. And unless we get an unexpected storm or something, I think that I will be showing a lot of oranges and reds coming up in my temperature pattern. So we shall see, but I think we're kind of done with the pretty greens. Anyway, I'm Colette, the Highway Stitcher. I'm here to give you my stitching from the highway and at home. This is a video about cross stitch, of course, and I do add some other crafts into it. I want to thank you guys for subscribing, and also thank you commenters from last week. Your words of encouragement were so helpful, and I was having a difficult time filming last week, and I really appreciate all your words of encouragement and kindness. And at the end of my video, I'll let you know some life updates for a couple of the things that just were a little bit too difficult for me to talk about last week, but I can tell you this week. So if you want to stay to the end to hear some life updates, feel free. Otherwise, we'll go right into stitching, which is what most people here want to see. So I'm going to take you through the rest of my Mania whips. My Mania ended yesterday at day 11, and that was because I did a WIP Mania of just previous Stitch Mania whips that I had left. I did do 20 Mania pieces last year in 2020. I finished up 9 of them and had 11 left, and I decided this year and for years to come I want to whittle down on my WIP Stitch Mania pieces to eventually have them all done. So that's a little bit different from other people, but that's kind of my goal in the next few years. There will be a few of them that probably may never get done, I don't know, or will take a long, long time to get done. But I already know that there's a couple, 3 that I know are doable to finish this year. So that'll cut down my WIP Mania another few. And so next May, I may only have 9 or 8 or whatever to do for my Stitch Mania. So anyway, I'm going to go on and show you those and a couple other pieces that I did do a little bit of catching up on when I during the time when I was doing WIP Mania. And I also have some haul, show you some Mother's Day haul and some stash acquisitions, plans for the coming week, of course, and life updates at the end. So, okay, let's go into my WIP Mania. On Monday, no wait, I don't know what day of the week it was, but on May 5th, day 5 of my Mania, I was working on one that's familiar to you who've been watching me, Sheep May Safely Graze. This is a Mania piece that I put into my zombie run as one of my 4 pieces to work on to get finished, hopefully, by the end of the year. I've already finished 2 other whips from Mania last year by doing this, by placing it into Zombie Run when another Zombie Run piece was completed. So that's the plans for Sheep May Safely Graze. This is by Homespun Elegance, and it is on 28 count vintage country mocha, and that's by that's the one fabric that's printed on the front only by Zweigart. A very pretty piece of vintage country mocha. And I'm using the called for overdyed threads, which is mostly sampler threads, gas threads. Let me see, I'm doing this 2/2, 2 floss threads over 2 linen threads. And I think this will be very doable to get finished. What I accomplished for this time, I got 400 stitches into this. Probably one of my least amounts for Stitch Mania, because I did 400 or over for all of them. But I got the rest of that green finished there and up there, because I had only brought the border down to about there, to where the flower was ending. So that was what I got finished for this week. So now I've got that kind of framework set in there, and the sheep, some of the sheep in. I do have a couple other sheep to put in, as well as some grass and hill around the house, and the big sheep in the middle, and a little bit of writing down at the bottom, and a little bit of the framework with the flowers. But actually, that isn't really a whole lot to do in a pattern piece this size. So I'm pretty excited about that. This will be, I think, my next zombie run finished piece. Yeah, I think with the other pieces, they won't be done faster than this. I will keep progressing on them, but I don't think they'll be done as fast. So anyway, that was Mania Day 5, WIP Mania Day 5. Oh, and that piece was started in 2018. In fact, all of these coming up WIP Manias were started in 2018. So, okay, my next one is called Panoply of Posies. Caroline from Off the Grid has this pattern, and she and myself, we both thought this was Panoply of Posies, but she said, and I'm not sure if Tempting Tangles, which is a designer, came back and told her it's actually Panoply, pronounced Panoply, but she said she checked it out and that's what it said. So I'm going to go with Caroline in changing this and not saying Panoply. I'm going to say Panoply of Posies. And that's a pattern by Tempting Tangles. Now this pattern here I picked up on a 50% off table at a, I believe it was Stitchville in Minnesota when I was at a retreat. And I picked it up for one reason only. If you look right here, there's the lettering, and there's a small lettering, and then right there at the top it says DAR in very large letters. And that's as if it was made for me. And this is actually, according to the history of it, it's actually a Swiss motifs put in to make a sampler. But to me, it's going to be a patriotic Quaker piece, because DAR in large letters there reminds me of the Daughters of the American Revolution, which is a lineage group that I belong to. So my goal, when I bought this pattern, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. My goal was to do it in Prim Patriotic colors. So that's what I ended up picking. And this is what it's looking like. After 715 stitches, I got all excited working on it, and I couldn't stop. So anyway, so this is Panoply of Posies. It is a 32 count vintage country mocha, again, as you recognize it probably from Sheep May Safely Graze. And that the reason why I use this particular color is I did a round robin through Country Stitches where we were stitching, and I picked up vintage country mocha and did some patriotic Prim colors with it and passed it around to the different people to stitch. And I realized after it came back just how much I really liked the colors. So that was why when I saw the pattern at Stitchville, I decided to go with these Prim colors. If anybody's interested in knowing that most of them are classic Colorworks, I believe there might be Gast in there, I don't know. If you're interested in knowing the colors, I can tell you. Or I can list them below. Anyway, this is, let's see. Yeah, I said 32 count vintage country mocha, my chosen colors for the Prim. And what I worked on was, what I got done last year was that whole area here. That whole corner area was done from last year. So everything below that line, I stitched this last week. It's been fun, you know, I try to think, oh, what colors do I want to do for each motif? How do I want to separate them out? And so it's been a fun piece to work on. This is a big piece, and I, you know, will continue to work on it for challenges and such, but it's not going to be a piece that I use for a WIP Mania through the year of 2021, because I want to work on ones that I know I can get finished in a year, and I don't believe I can get this one finished in a year. But I hope to get some more work done on it during the year for challenges and stuff, because it is so pretty. And it's also 2/2 threads, 2 floss over 2 linen. Okay, my next piece for May 7th WIP was Spirit of the Southwest by Ursula Michael. Love this piece because I was born and raised and lived for 45 years of my life, maybe longer than that, about 45, in Southern California, and that's the Southwest, and I live in Utah now, which I still consider part of the Southwest. I love Route 66 traveling, one of my favorite traveling spots. And I love the Southwest colors, so this was not a hard piece to, when I saw it, I said, oh, I'm doing that. Anyway, this one is being stitched on 28 count Picture This Plus Mello. I thought it lent itself nicely to like a Southwest feel. Kind of the golden and creams and look to it. So, and what I got finished, if you see, I got Spirit done in the words and SOUT for the rest. So from that part on all the way over through that little gecko guy, lizard guy, I did the stitching. And I got, 450 stitches done with this. And it's being, the flosses are just DMC, the DMC called flosses, which look really nice on this Mello. And this is also stitched 2/2. So got a little bit more done on that one too. This one also will not be a continued piece to try to finish up because it's a little too large. I'm planning on doing the Sheep May Safely Graze as one, and then the one I showed last week, the Wizard of Oz Emerald City one, are for sure finishes, doable finishes from my Stitch Mania WIPs. After that, then I will start going through the rest of them and see what I think will be the best choices and possibilities for finishing. Okay. Oh my goodness. I lost my paper. Oh no, here it is. Okay. I just stuck it over there with the rest of the finished talking about pieces. Okay, this is May 8th. This is a Hands Across the Sea pattern, Eliza Bell Clocks. This was a pattern that a lot of people got excited about when it first came out in 2018, and it came out just before Mania, and crazy me, I said, oh my goodness, I just feel so much like doing this for my Stitch Mania. Well, this is a huge piece and a very time-consuming piece. And so it will be probably one of my last finished WIP Mania pieces. I started it in 2018, and I love the piece, but it's a lot of color changes, tons of color changes. And I'm not sure if it will, how long it will take to be finished. Anyway, this is on a 36 count exemplar, Lakeside linen exemplar. And our threads are a conversion thread. I bought the pack from Victoria Motto Threads when she did a conversion for those who wanted to stitch Eliza Bell Cox, back in 2018. So these are Victoria Motto threads, and as you can see, I needed to do some back stitch into that one flower there, but I didn't do it yet. That's the reason why it looks kind of strange. But as you can see, there's lots of color changes in this. So it's been, slow going. But I did get 458 stitches into it, and what I accomplished was stitching this whole flower here, as well as I think finishing that green. So that's what I did. This is one floss thread over 2, and she will be a pretty girl when she is done. And I still like her. Like I mentioned in my last week's floss tube, there's not a Mania piece here that I don't still like. There was one that I thought I didn't like that I was just going to toss, but I decided to buckle down and work on it in a challenge through the year, and then I found out I really like it still. So these are all pieces that I do want to finish. Okay, May 9th is Count Your Blessings by Long Dog Sampler. I've always liked this, especially the saying count your blessings instead of sheep, because it always makes me think of my favorite Christmas movie, oh brother, Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. White Christmas. It always makes me think of Bing Crosby when he's singing to Rosemary Clooney, Count Your Blessings instead of sheep. So this is a pretty pattern. It's one of Long Dog's where you don't like do it monochromatically. It has all the colors. But I did mention to somebody on Instagram when I posted this, they said, wow, that's a lot of color changes in those flowers. And I told them, yeah, and it's also a lot of color changes even in the house, because the house is what I worked on this time. The house and some of the border, there, that burgundy and pinkish border. And there's a lot of color changes in that house too. So there's a lot of color changes in this whole piece. Anyway, but it makes it really pretty. This is being stitched on a 32 count antique white. Probably is like art, though I don't think I know exactly, because that was when I was not keeping really good records. But it does look like more of an antique white to me, and I know it's 32 count. So it's probably as like art base, because I like the feel of the fabric. And of course, like I said, I finished that house and the smoke coming out of the house, and the rest of the border from the middle on over to the other side. This is also 2/2, and I got 472 stitches in it this WIP Mania. Okay, Long Dog. Okay, May 10th. This is the Mania piece where I was tearing my hair out and thought, well, I maybe wasn't going to do it anymore after starting it several times. But I was determined to start it again and keep going. And I now am in the mode of loving it. So I'm grateful for that. It's my only full coverage Stitch Mania piece, which will probably not have a finish for years. But that's all right, because all the other ones will get finished before it. And this, of course, is a Lacemaker. You've seen this, like Sheep May Safely Graze, you've seen this a lot on my floss tube if you've watched it before. It's a piece I started up many times and was not happy with it. Found out it was mostly because I was not happy with the white in full coverage and was just very sick of it. Well, now I have made myself a goal. I'm doing 21,000 stitches in 2021 for Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group. And it has incentivized me to work on this as much as I can. I am behind on the 21 some, but I'm actually pretty happy by what I've still been doing and how I still feel like working on it. So it's being stitched like, well, where most of my full coverage are stitched. It's on 25 count, like a white Lugana, and I'm doing one thread over one floss, or one floss thread over one linen thread. And as you can see by close up, yeah, that's a lot of white with a little bit of light blue, light ecru, sort of changing the sky up there, as you can see on the one side, and also down here too. It's beginning to fade. There will be about another block's worth of total white, which I may pick up and try to do pretty soon, you know, in the next week or so, because then I can punch out a bunch of stitches and maybe catch up a little bit. And then after that, it starts moving into another part of the pattern, and also down here it does. So then I'll be done with that white. Well, fairly much. I mean, I think there may be a little bit more throughout the piece, but not the extent of it. Let me see. What I did this time was I wanted to, this is a page finish actually. 6.10%, guys. Isn't that amazing? To me, with this piece, that is amazing. Anyway, I finished a page worth down to there. That straight line across is a page finish. And then I started taking threads, the highest thread, and working it down. So as you can tell more of my golden greenish trees there are being finished. And then when I got a little tired of that, I moved up here to fill in the light blue, really, really pale blue, first, and then I'm going to fill in the white after I get those done. So 439 stitches on the day I did it, and I'm enjoying this piece now. I'm realizing I'm getting near the end of my white, and that the white that I do will help my get my goal of my stitches. So And I'm moving into the tree now, and then there's going to be kind of a bluish tree down here. There's going to be the chimney of the house there. I'll start getting into the other fun stuff. And darker stitches, which I tend to like better for when I do my full coverage. So anyway, that's the Lacemaker, my one and only full coverage for Stitch Mania. Okay, and then May 11th, which is my last WIP from Stitch Mania, and these have all been 2018 starts, is One Nation by Bygone Stitches. So, and excuse me for a second. Utah dry weather. Always having to drink lots of water. Actually, no, I take this back. This is a 2019 out of all of them, because I remember going to, 2020 actually, because I remember going to my local stitching store, Craft Center of Fine Stitchery, on my birthday, and Chris, my husband, he told me I could kit up a new start, and I kitted this one up in 2019. So actually, I've done quite a bit on this one. I did some of it during the year for challenges, also a lot of it during other parts of the year too. So beautiful, beautiful piece of the flag with the states, starting with the first state and then working their way down. My idea when I do get down to my 3 states that I feel a presence in, then I'm going to put them probably in the blue. I'm using like Prim colors, so I'll probably put it in the blue of those states, in the blue of this that's up here, which will be California, where I was born and raised and lived most of my life, Utah, where I live now, and Washington, where we have our second home on the river. So they'll kind of pop up, one in the middle, one over here, and one over here, which will be fun. Okay, this is being stitched in fabric flair, 32 count. I don't remember the name of it. It's a modeled, printed on the front, fabric flair color, some gray, some type of gray. And I'm using like 3 main colors, classic Colorworks colors, chalk for the white, midnight for the blue, and to tell you the truth, I'm not sure on the red because I haven't started the red yet, but I can list them below so you know what they are if you'd like to know. And I like it this way. It's actually meant to go on like a more, not a blue or a gray color. From the picture, as you can see, well, I don't know if you can tell or not from the background, but it's actually kind of more of a sampler color, you know, like a exemplar or buttercream or something like that, you know, more of a color that way. But I don't know, when I saw this color, I just thought, I want my flag on this color. So I did have to change out 3 colors and just kind of work with ones until I saw ones I liked. But the white is turning out nicely on that. So, and I got 478 stitches on this one, and it was mostly just filling in. In order for me to try to get fast stitches, I just started filling in the flowers here because I already had some of the border done anyway, so I decided I'll just do that to try to get as many stitches as I could. But I got too tired last night. I managed to fill in that one, and I didn't go back and do the little blue that's in the middle to make it pop. So that's why they look a little different. And this is also 2/2. So those are my my WIP Mania pieces. I did actually do a little bit other stitching during that time. I have a group I get together with through video chat on Monday evenings, and I've been working on a birthday piece for a friend, Melanie, who does floss tube, yarns and threads. She's a Blackbird maniac person, whatever you want to say. Anyway, she chose as her piece for a stitch along America out of the newly reprinted Souvenirs of Summer Blackbird book. So I said that I wanted to help. I wanted to stitch. So I picked up, I have my top row of little pieces of fabric that Most of the time I don't even know what they are or even what count they are. In this case, the count and the color were already on the little piece of fabric, amazingly. This is a Lakeside linen piece left over from the exemplar that I'm using for Eliza Cox. So that's what it is. So anyway, this is what I got done this week. I actually did, if I show you here, I had started and worked on the stems and the leaves and some of the stars there. But when I worked on Monday night, I got the rest of that vase done, those lines, and the start of one of those squares down there. And, well, let me see. I think I had almost 300 stitches. Let me check. Yeah, I made 272 stitches just video chatting for a few hours. So I'm pretty happy with that. Oops, upside down. It's a good thing my camera does the right way. Well, anyway, there she is. She's looking really pretty. And I am enjoying this. Oh, the color I'm using is Bing Cherry. So, for that red. Don't ask me what Bing Cherry is. And I don't have it in here. I know it's not Weeks. It could be CC, Classic Colorworks, or it might be Guest. So I can pare it down between those two. But I will put it down below. Okay, and then the other piece that I did finish up, which I always like to try to keep up with, is my Temperature Topography, Temp Typo, by Stitchy Mommy. And I waited till yesterday and I was able to do the whole M. So I liked that because then I've got a whole letter filled in. Because like, if you watch Stitchy Mommy, she mentioned that she didn't want to work on her M yet because it had too many days to do, because May is a short month. And so you had to put, she had to end up, when she charted it, to put a lot of days in one letter. So there were a lot of days in that M, as you can see from the different color changes. And there was a range of colors. We did the typical wait 5 minutes in Utah, and it's a different temperature. Some of those, as you can tell, are highs because of the colors, the oranges, the yellows, the red, almost into red there. We had some 80s, up to 85, I believe, on one day. And then it dipped down from some bad weather back down to, we have some blue there at the bottom where we had some 50s. So it can range from 25 degrees easy around here. But that's what I like about doing this piece, because I just love all the color changes in it. That's what makes it fun with the wild weather. If I had done this in Southern California, I would have for sure have to be doing 1 or 2 degrees in between the stitches, because it wouldn't be so different in color if I didn't do that. But I don't have to do that quite as much with this one. Oh, this is 32 Count Peanut by Bestitch Me Fabrics. It's one of my monthly pieces of fabric I got from Bestitch Me, and it's being stitched with the called for colors for that particular color temperature chart, because she had several color temperature charts in there to choose from. Okay, what's next? Okay, that's it for WIPs. So I'm going to move on to Happy Mail. Slap me over the head. I'm not doing good in my Happy Mail to people, and I apologize for that, and I will make a difference this coming week in sending out Happy Mail to those of you who sent me emails. Thank you so very much. But boy, I've been getting Happy Mail from other people who have decided to be good. Good Happy Mail people. This is a card from Sarah. She sent an email and said she wanted to do Happy Mail. She made this card. Isn't this absolutely pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. And she sent me some Happy Mail. She sent me some patterns that she said I could either keep or use for giveaways. This really cute one here, Scarlet House, and it's My Gift to Thee. That's tempting to keep. I don't know about that one. We'll see if it gets to give away. And this Tra-La-La collection with the Santa riding the sheep. They're both so cute. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm not sure. We'll see whether or not they get put into the giveaway pile or not. And she also made me, I'll take this out actually, it'll look better than keeping it in. She made me some floss holders and a floss ring. So pretty. Look at all these. Beautiful, beautiful colors. And look at this. I love this stuff. Look at that. Like a 20s lady. Thank you so much, Sarah. She gave me, and she wrote me a little note. So thank you, Sarah, for being the Happy Mail helper. And for the next person, I also want to say thank you. This is Debbie from Australia for Happy Mail. Also, she sent me this card. This is a little card from Australia. On the back, it says Great Britain, actually, or UK. But I'm excited. It's my first Happy Mail from Australia. Thank you so much, Debbie. And she made me a project bag. Get a load of this. It's so pretty. And she told me, she wrote on a little note. She wrote me a note, a nice letter inside my card. But on the note, she said, this fabric design is called Flowering Gum Tree. It's an Australian native tree. And it is so pretty. And the inside of it is also the same fabric. And she also added, you can see this little tie thing here that she braided. She also added this along with it. She made this cute little bear with that same little braid with C for my name. I just like, it's just so cute. Oh, Debbie, thank you so much. And it was so exciting to get this in the mail. So it was just so special. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for such a beautiful, beautiful bag and beautiful stitching. So that was my Happy Mail. Made me very happy. I also got some haul this time. I had ordered from mybobbin.com, and mostly, no, not mostly, I shouldn't say this, but just like everybody else has shown their mybobbin.com, they've shown their package of their Russian stamps. I guess that's kind of part of me. I'm going, oh, I got to order some stuff from mybobbin.com because it comes from Russia. And so I had to get those stamps. That's so hilarious. I don't know. Just love those stamps. They sent it in this cute wrapped up paper with dots on it. And I bought three kits from 3 different Russian designers. And the first one, thank goodness, I kept my invoice to read this off to you. Ooh, it's got a stamp from Russia on there too. Look at that stamp from Russia. And the reason why it's good is because, as you can see, they're all in Russian, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you the name of the kit if I didn't have my invoice, which has it actually in English. So this first one is called Stitching Lessons. And this one is, the brand is Riola's brand. And it shows a mom and her child, and she's teaching her stitching, and the little cat below playing with the yarn. And that cute clock and the plates on the wall. I really liked this one. It has the floss in the back. I have a couple of the Riola's kits, and this is the way the floss comes. It's really nice floss. So that was one I really liked. The second one I got is, let me see, it's, the brand is Eliza. I believe that's, you say it Eliza. I don't think it's Eliza, but again, all in Russian, but I have the interpretation here. And this is called Happy Thoughts. So it's this girl with her book. Just fell in love with this, just kind of looking off pensively, probably thinking about something she read, or maybe thinking about something else while she's trying to read. The floss is probably in, you can barely see it in the side there. It's the threads of floss, how you get with a lot of kits, like dimension kits. And then there's part of the pattern back there, which I won't show too much of. So that's my second one. And then the third one, I just fell in love with this one. It was Russian folklore, and it's called Father Frost, and this is Panoply. And there's Father Frost way back there in the trees, in the white, But I really loved the costuming of the Russian lady. I just loved that. So that was my main reason for getting this Father Frost kit. This is a panic kit with all the threads on the rings. So anyway, those were my bobbin purchases. That was fun. And a couple things for Mother's Day. I should have wished everybody a happy Mother's Day last week and didn't think about it. So I got a couple things for Mother's Day, which can relate to stitching. I also got some flowers and plants, but, you know, goodies. But the one thing that I'm really excited about that I asked for, that Chris got me, is this junk journal. See the lace and the lace around here? I just like, oh my goodness, I love this. With little clips in it. This is actually what do you call it? It was called like a medieval junk journal. And the reason why it was called medieval, you will see when you see inside. Look at those pictures. I'm going to use this not only for pieces of stitching that wouldn't fit, you know, into like a frame or into something else I'm doing. I'm also doing pieces of lace, little pieces of demonstration lace that I never finished. So, and they've even got some of the pictures in here, the ones that like are stitching related. Look at that. She's stitching on that banner. And then another one, which I actually have the full coverage on it, but I haven't done it yet. Let me see. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Might be in the front. It's the one where she's sitting at her stitching table. Oh, there we go. Sick of Dark Shadows is the name of it. There she is. So anyway, I just love this. This is absolutely beautiful. So, and I did ask for this, so I'm grateful to get this. Yes, I could have made a junk journal. No, I didn't want to make a junk journal. I have too many other projects and things I would rather work on. So more power to you, Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. You are amazing. And Melanie, too, of Yarns and Threads. You do beautiful junk journals. So, and Audrey, I'm going to add this one to my other one that I got from you. So, and I'm going to add lots of pretty lace pieces in finally. I'm going to make myself do it. Another thing that Chris got me, and I didn't know anything about this, is these are little containers. This one is a hedgehog. You just open it up. I'm sure you've seen these before. Look down the middle part, and you've got yourself a container. I love this. So if you want to say, what's my favorite new thing, which I don't normally do, I would have to say this is my favorite new thing, because I'm such a hedgehog maniac, and I can put cross stitch stuff in here. Yes, and it came in a set of 2. And here's the other one, which some of you will love. Look at that owl. Isn't he the cutest thing ever? He's so cute. Love it. So that was a surprise, and that was a happy surprise along with my junk journal. So that's my happy mail and haul for this week. So I'm going to go on to plans. My plans for this week are playing catch up, because doing my Stitch Mania took away the time that I needed to do to work on my other pieces, which you who follow me quite frequently know about my other pieces. The one I haven't started on yet is, of course, my Lizzie Kate May Flip It. That's the May one. That will be my first thing to start up today. And maybe, depending on my mood, I may just start it and work on it only for the next couple days and get it finished. Or I might get bored with it and do some of it and then move on to my next catch-up piece. So you'll be able to see, you will see a finished piece on this next week, because I always get it done in a few days. Another piece which I should get done in a few days too, I may flip back and forth between the Flip It and this, is my May block for the Linen and Threads Mystery Cell. Talavera. And that, our piece this month is this one. So I've been keeping the actual surrounding border the same color on mine, so I will start that up right away. That'll be fast and easy. Then after that, I'll have to give some thought as to what colors I want to do for those looking to me like feathers coming out there for that May block. So we'll see, but I will definitely get that done by next floss tube too. Those are two for sures. I'm going to work on 2 zombie pieces. At least that's the plan. I have to get 400 stitches in each one of them, which I think I can do along with getting these done. The one I'm going to work on for sure is my Mirabilia piece. Might as well do some Mirabilia in May, and I may end up doing another 400 stitches for 800 for her to complete zombie run. Because once I do my 8, let me see, 1200, 1600. Once I do my 1600, I still have to do 400 stitches in a few pieces to catch up to what I need for my May zombie run. So I think she will probably be one I work on twice. But I'm at least going to work on her once. And I'll just work on more of the dress. So. And then the other zombie run piece that I will do for my 400 stitches is Feeding Time by Needle Treasures. And those of you who follow me have seen this. And you'll see my progress next week on this and my Mania. I didn't even tell you who this was. This is Garden Prelude. Sorry. My Garden Prelude Mania. And then I'm going to work on Feeding Time by Needle Treasures. Probably finish up this chicken and maybe move down to the baby chick, or I possibly might finish up this chicken. Haven't decided yet. So those are my plans for next week. I'm also getting together my colors. I have 230 colors for my collaboration piece with Stitching Mommy called Autumn Stream that I showed last week. I'm still gathering together the floss for that, and I'm hoping to maybe do a start in that in about a week or so. But I want to make sure that I have all the floss I need, because I could just see it starting. I usually start in the left-hand corner for my pieces, and I can just see pulling up Pattern Keeper since there's 230 colors. And the very first one that I want to do in the very top left is one I don't have. So as I've been going through my colors on the sheets, there are so far 10 I don't have, which that's not too bad. Most of them are the newer colors, the 1 through 30. Yeah. And I'm about 3/4 through the colors. So maybe at the most I might have 20 colors, 15, 20 colors I need to pick up at Michael's. So, but with my luck, that would be one of the 15 to 20 colors that I wouldn't have. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got them all before I start. So I'm not going, why do I have to have this happen, the very first one? So that's that with that. Some life updates. Okay. Tuesday night, before I was going to film my floss tube the next morning, I got a text from my niece, my oldest niece. It's Chris's brother's child. And she, to preface what I tell you, she has, over the years, she's had 3 brain tumors. None of them were cancerous. She had an operation on, I don't know if it was an operation on both of them, but one of the operations that she had gave her a minor stroke. So she has some physical disability issues. She's always been a strong person, worked still, upbeat for the most part. Kimberly's a special niece. Anyway, she was going to get married. Her plans were to get married in September. Well, I found out Tuesday evening that they told her she has stage 4 brain cancer, that the tumor cannot be operated on. It is wrapped around a part of her brain that they cannot touch, and that they're going to start her on chemo and radiation, and that her prognosis is like 2 months, 2 to 3 months. And that was just not something that, after the other things that have been going on, is not something that I really wanted to hear. So anyway, she texted me and she wanted to know if I would be interested in coming to the wedding, or be able to come if she moved it up. She's going to move her wedding up to the end of May. I said I will try my very best to get down there to California and go. It may be the last time I see her. I'm praying for a miracle, and people, miracles happen. And so if you find it, if you were a praying person or a thought person, if you could keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Cancer, it just sucks. Please do that. That was part of my hardness last week, and I just couldn't talk about it last week. It was just something I just couldn't bring up. It was too fresh and too hard. And then also on the same day, my sister called me up as if she doesn't need more in her life after losing her husband to a fatal car accident. So I'm retelling people who may not have been on my floss tube before. Getting hit with so many things. Her mother-in-law passed away. She had gotten sepsis in the hospital due to an infection, so it wasn't like it was sudden. She had been in the hospital for 2 weeks and had been out in hospice, so it was expected. But it's been really, really hard on my sister. She just said that it's like nothing even matters. Like this whole year is just, from December on, is just, all she's doing is picking up pieces and trying to move forward, and then she just gets knocked back again. So if you could keep her in your prayers, I'd appreciate that too. It's just was a hard time, and I just wasn't up to, giving a life update last week. So wanted to fill you in this week while I can hold myself together a little better. But otherwise, I did have my family is good. My immediate family. It's just it's just the extended family that's just gotten hit so hard. And we had a wonderful Mother's Day, just an absolutely wonderful Mother's Day. And I really appreciated it. So my kids, I love my kids and my husband, and everybody just treated me so wonderfully, so royally. And so much so that I didn't get as many stitches in my WIP Stitch Mania piece because of all the happiness and all the stuff going on. So it was a good day. And one other little thing, I was excited about this, we had our first Lace Guild meeting in person in over a year on Saturday. And that was really special to be able to go and take my lace and sit there with my friends from it's called Beehive Lace Guild, and have a sit and talk about getting teachers out to teach again and everything. So that was pretty special. And so that was kind of my week, that along with stitching. I'm not going to forget, but I didn't get it out ahead of time, so I will turn around now and get out the Daily Gratitude quote book and give you my quote and finish this up. So, and I did just open it this time to whatever. And this is a Willa Cather quote. And she says, "Where there is great love, there are always miracles." And it shows an elephant. Where there is great love, there's always miracles. That's good for me right now, because I know with the love that I have for my family that there will be miracles performed. There'll be the right miracles, the miracles that God expects or is giving them, but there will be miracles, and I believe there will be. So, and also this is kind of special to me too. I've been thinking a lot about the elephants and the poaching and the killing of the elephants so much lately, and you would hope that with a saying like this, where there's great love, there's always miracles, that there will be miracles as far as the elephant population too, that we will be able to protect them and watch over them. So it kind of has double meaning, and I just opened it up to that. So anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me. This has been a little bit longer, and I've been trying to do it every week to keep it a little shorter, and it still ends up being fairly long. Hope that's all right with you. You can get out of it, of course, if you wanted to, by just getting out after my stitch pieces were done. So that was your choice already anyway, so you could have done that. But thank you for those who stayed till the end. I want to tell you to remember to remember the beauty out there on the highway and at home. Hoping that you're able to get out more now, that the restrictions are being eased for you in the other countries as well, and that you'll be able to go out and enjoy nature and enjoy our beautiful countries, all the beautiful countries that we all live in. And love you lots, everybody, and take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye.